What's up, y'all? It's your boy J. Will. It is day 24 of the Youth Program 25. Holla at your boy J. Will, aka, you know what I'm saying? Hey, 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 hey. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about peace. Do y'all know it feels good to be in peace? Do y'all know that it feels so good to be in peace? Like, it feels so good to be in peace. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when you living, it's like this. When you living like by yourself and when you settle things down to like live a peaceful life, it feels so good to be in peace. Like you don't have to deal with no drama, you don't have to deal with anybody, but it feels so good to be in peace. Like, do y'all know that like when you be in peace sometimes, that's a weight off your shoulders because you don't have to deal with a whole lot. And I feel like that as a person, when you have peace and when you have like eternal life within yourself, you have peace is because you trying to move forward in life. You cut everybody out your life, you remove toxic people from your life. And then I realized that as a person, when you have peace of mind, oh my lord, it feels so good. It feels so good to have peace of mind because being by yourself, like, and plus when you living and when you be by yourself, it feels so good to be in peace. You don't have to deal with a whole lot. And plus, you can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever, like on your time. Like when you have all the time in the world, man, it feels good that you free from somebody that's giving you problems, and you free from drama. You free from all these things. But I realize it's this: peace, be still. Peace will give you strength to draw closer to the Lord and draw closer to yourself, to see yourself like later on in life when you succeed and when you focus on money, you focus on your goals, focus on a lot of things. But I realized as a person, when you have peace, a peace of mind, you stay away from negative people, you stay away from people, you don't want people in your business, you don't want people all in your life, you don't want people all in your way. Man, that's a blessing. Do you know how many people that wish they have a peace of mind, that wish they can get away from all this? You can get away from a lot of things in life, like as far as like mental health, like stress, anxiety, just like I've been saying in all my videos. And when you have peace, I feel like when you have more time to yourself and actually work on yourself, I feel like when you have peace of mind and when you start working on yourself, when you start living your best life, and nobody can destroy you, I feel like I feel like that God got something better for you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that as a person, you deserve better. You deserve better people, better environment, better, a lot of things going on. But I realized this: when you like be by yourself and go out by yourself, like when you stay to yourself, that's the most beautiful thing that anybody can do at this point. Because I feel like it's this: like when you surround yourself a lot of people, and when you surround yourself around friends, like a lot of friends, I feel like that can cause drama. People that love drama, I feel like that, like when you draw closer to God, and we exercise your mind and take your mind off of stress, take your mind off of depression, take your mind off of things in life. Take your mind off a lot of things that you can take your mind off, like for real. Like life is too short to live broken, to live a heartache of broken promises of like you depend on somebody, they disappoint you, somebody makes you upset, somebody makes you angry, somebody give you a bad time. So like I feel like it's this: the older you get, I feel like you don't care anymore. You're not gonna really care anymore. Especially like the times like we live in the end times, like things constantly keep going on in life. Like things constantly keep changing. But we live in a times where like what a point where people like snap out of control, like snap. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes like the eternal life within yourself, brings closer to God and draw closer to yourself and have prayers and have everything that's going on. But I feel like as a person, you have all the time in the world to do what you want to do and however you want to do, to live a peaceful life. It feels so good to be in peace. It feels so good. Like you have to deal with no drama, you have to deal with all that, but I feel like it's this. When you go at some point, when you focus on the things what you got going on, you stay locked in, you stay focused on a lot of things. I feel like it's this. You have peace, you have like a lot of things going on within yourself to live a peaceful life, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that when people trying to get in your way, when people trying to walk up to you with that drama, I be like, oh no 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 no, you toss it, you drama, you toss it. I'm gonna let you ruin my day, cause sometimes it's best to smile at faces that's full of anger, full of full of vigor and life, integrity of fear. You know what I'm saying? Like people live in darkness like that, you gotta stay away from them people like that. And I realized that your situations, your problems don't make you weak, it make you strong. It don't make you weak, it make you stronger. Do you know you are the gift of God? Do you know you are a gift of eternal life? Do you know you are a gift? You 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 like you're born with a gift, right? You was born with a gift. All these years all these years you lived this far, all these years you experienced so much in your life. And you have all the time in the world to change that. To change how you live. I mean, yeah, how you live and like be around people or people that's doing drugs and people drinking, you know, alcohol, get get physical, get crazy. I attempt to don't be around those type of mindsets. I attempt to like don't be around a lot of people like that. It's what you choose to live. Life is what you make it. Life what you meant to be. But I feel like it's this. You have all the time in the world to live a peaceful life. When you focus more on yourself and when you locked in like this, like this, like you're locked in, like you keep going within yourself. And sometimes in life, like a lot of things will change. It'll change among people, but I feel like it's this: when you be by yourself, it feels good to be by yourself. It feels cool because when I be by myself, it feels good to be by myself. I ain't gonna lie to you, it feels good to be by myself. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to be by myself. It feels good. Like when you be by yourself, it's not just the fact about being lonely or when you by yourself. Be by yourself temporarily to be around people that loves you and kind to you and because like when you remember like when people did you wrong in your life, you will actually like realize that not too many people is real in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people is real, kind to you, respect to you. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna leave you by your side. That's not gonna leave you that's not gonna leave you when you're going through stuff in your life. That's called being a real friend, a real mutual friend, a real mutual person. That's not gonna leave you by your side when you're going through something. When you're going through something in your life, talk to somebody. Like, holla at your boy J Real. Share, like, click to subscribe to my YouTube videos. Just like I always say at my last video. So, I know how it is to like suffering silence of depression, suffering silence of like, you know, you thinking too hard and you worrying, you're worrying, you're worrying, you're worrying. That can cause anxiety and stress. You stressing yourself out. You stressing yourself out. You stressed. You stressing yourself out. Don't stress. Do you know stress kills? Stress kills more than anything. If you mix stress, anxiety, depression, that will really bring you down. That can really corrupt your mind. It's your mindset, right? It's your mind. Like Satan is getting to people's mind about stress, depression, illness. You know what I'm saying? It kills people's minds of how they feel, how they think in their mind. You know what I'm saying? How people think. That's what the enemy wants from you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we go through struggles in life and we figure that there is no way out. But let me tell y'all something. Situations and trust don't last. Situations, problems, and trauma don't last always. God has a plan. He has a plan for us to get through depression, anxiety. You not necessarily have to deal with depression, live with depression. Have depression in your mind. You can just clear it out, air it out. Just move forward in life. But until then, it starts with you, because 9 times out of 10, there's people out there that's going through something. You never know. But until then, it starts with you, and it's about changing things around you. But until then, it's about living your best life. Okay, so please share the video to people who want to hear it, and like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy J Real, motivational youth program 25, and I'll see you guys next time. Please be safe, and please share my live. You know what I'm saying? Share, comment, holla at your boy J Real. I will, comment back. I will comment back, and also, I will, see you guys next time. But until then, I will, be back. Okay, see y'all.